Hey y'all, I'm Flynt.
And I'm Lena.
Welcome back to Queer Dice Rolls, the podcast where two queer, neurodivergent, and chronically ill bards try working out their pasts, identities, and problems, one conversation at a time.
Join us as we, once again, fail our deception checks and share just a little too much.
Hi Lena.
Hi, Flynt. Good evening.
Good eventide.
Good eventide, that's correct. God, I love how, the weird-ass things our characters say make it into our normal vernacular. It makes me very happy.
Well, they just all become echolalias, that's all it
I know. I am so thankful to live in a house with 4 neurodivergent people that all echolalia different things that then become the same thing.
No. See, what I like is when we all discover where they came from.
That's true. It's a good, what's like a good generational sharing of things.
Are we technically different generations, or are you still a millennial?
I'm a millennial. I'm just like, my sister who is...
I'm elder.
Yes, you're elder. My sister, who is 3 years younger than me, is like the cutoff year of millennial. She's like the youngest kind of millennial.
Yeah, we're I think 2 years away from the cutoff year, something like that.
Okay, this makes more sense. But yeah, that's how
On the other end.
That's how I discovered like Spaceballs.
I was gonna say, I was like, you finally watched Spaceballs, and now you know. Now you understand me more deeply.
Yes. Also, just so everybody knows, I know we talked about legacy board games and board games like a few weeks ago, and when we played Clank, we named our like adventuring party "We Ain't Found Shit."
The Waffs.
It was very good, very funny.
It was much in line with Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yes. If you want to play a really silly game that has a lot of overhead, complicated, but then becomes really fun and also stressful, play Clank.
My character was they like each character had like an archetype of storytelling that they were modeled after, and then they made it silly. And mine was like the grim dark detective.
Yeah.
God, what a moody bitch he was.
Yeah, and mine was the like cursed emo kid.
Yeah, you were like cursed and away from the world, but actually like super sweet. It was very weirdly Laz of you.
Yeah, I remember like we opened the box and there were 4 journals that had the art that they made of the character, and you immediately were like, "Here's yours."
Yeah, you just looked like a silhouette of Laz.
It was great. You were just like, "Here's yours. Oh, here's mine." And then you gave the other 2 to Z, and you were like, "Pick one."
Uh-huh.
It was great. What a good game.
It was a good game.
Now I just want to play a game.
Now we're back on Criminal Minds, though.
Oh my god. Thank God. There are just so everyone knows, there are so many hot people on this show. All of the kinds of people I like. Penelope. You've got Morgan. You've got Reed. Mm-hmm. You've got that new evil guy that I like that you don't.
I can't, like... All right, so I don't remember, season 6, right?
I think we're on season 6, but my favorite season so far.
For people who have watched Criminal Minds and listened to this podcast, what a weird crossover that is.
Yeah.
It's the Ian Doyle. She's attracted to Ian Doyle. I don't understand. I was like, I've seen this season so many times. Never once was I like, wow, he's hot.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's the demisexual in me, I think.
That's true.
Because I already knew he was a POS, like when we first see him.
Yeah, he's a bad man. But like, that doesn't bother me. That's not a deal breaker.
Being a criminal overlord important enough, like he's a weapons dealer, man.
Oh my god, that's horrible. I didn't know that yet.
He's a weapons dealer, like he's a crime lord important enough for Interpol to send a whole team undercover for years to take him down.
Okay, so hear me out. I wouldn't date him,
okay.
But like when I knew that, I wouldn't date him.
Girl,
I will just say, like, some of my characters, they don't date people who are all like good.
Messy.
She never said she wasn't messy. It's okay.
Anyway, I'm not finding it as regulating as I was hoping.
Criminal Minds?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, why do you think?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously I know that the level of regulation needed right now is so much greater. So like when I watch Gilmore Girls, it doesn't give me as much regulation as it does most of the time, right? Like I'm finding stuff like that too.
Yeah, I mean, like I've got a lot going on right now. I'm growing like, what would you say? Probably at least 1.5, if not twice as fast as I was.
Yeah.
Because of some of the more recent changes that we've made.
Yeah, I think so. It's like every time I'll like talk to I'll talk to Nan or somebody and they'll be like, how's Flint doing with the growth? And I'm like, oh, it's so fast. And she's just like, what? Still? And I'm like, more. Like, I think, what did she say to me today? She was like, it sounds like he's turning into like really attractive, like very sweet, like as tall as Hagrid, but like more attractive and like more nice. And I was like, that's correct. But and like not a full like long beard, but like the beard is getting there.
That is very sweet and overly generous of you.
I know, that's what she said. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm sorry.
I'm actually, wow, live on TV. I'm actually probably gonna grow my beard this time. I'm gonna try.
God, I hope so.
Because I don't know. It just feels right. Also, I'm tired.
It's so, like, facial hair maintenance is so much. Like, no matter what gender you are.
I cannot be clean shaven.
No.
Because I would have to shave twice a day.
At least.
Yeah.
Like, if you had an event in the evening, you'd have to shave it.
I'd have to shave again. I've had to do that, and then it causes problems.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not good for your skin to, like, do that all the time. Especially because, like, you've got your teenage TM skin that's like, why you shaving me all the time, bruv?
Yeah.
I'm excited for the beard.
Well, I mean, I already have one all the time anyway. It's just, like, very stubble trim.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But it looks good. Like, it used to just, we were talking about this the other day, it used to just be, like, along your jawline. And now it's, like, so much, it's expanded so much.
It's high. I might have to decide where I want to trim it to.
Yeah, because
it's, like, basically, like, above my nostrils and line on my cheeks, so.
But then you could do that thing where you, like, grow out the beard, and then when you want to go out or whatever, like, you just do the, what's it called?
Straight razor.
Yeah, on the top part.
Yeah, that's a lot of decisions I gotta make. Like, again, I very autistically read so much about how this process goes and, like, when you should start thinking about things and, like, how to, like, what to expect and, like, how to pace yourself in your thinking. And, like, this is stuff that I would need to be thinking about at year 5.
Yeah.
Not almost 2.
I know. It, like, I really hope that, because you're having to think about a lot of these year 4, year 5 decisions, that please, knock on wood, fingers and toes, crossing my however many limbs I have, that, your puberty decides to slow down soon, just for your mental health's sake.
Well, people have started asking me again. The question I did not know I would be tired of is, how long do you think this is going to last?
Yeah.
Like, how big do you think you're going to get? And I'm like, please don't ask me existential questions that I literally have panic attacks over sometimes.
Because it's like, you, at the beginning, like, you thought that you read stuff and you thought you knew stuff, and now we're just like, we are at the mercy of whatever your genetics would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I will have so much, like, sympathy for anyone who's transitioning or going through just regular puberty.
Oh yeah, like my kid, I'm just gonna have so much. I already do. They're already prepubescent. Like, I can tell. I'm like, because he's like, I don't understand what's gotten into them, and I'm like, I think that they're hormonal.
Oh yeah, I
was like, think about it. I think it's exactly how like I feel, and I've been telling you I feel, and they're like, oh,
Yeah, it's like I have so much more sympathy for them with their like mood swings and other stuff that's happening because of their hormones. And like sometimes if they're like, oh, this hurts, I'm like, oh, can I help you adjust that? And they're like, wow, it feels better. And I'm like, I've learned. I felt so validated when you told me your physical therapist was like, oh, like you've been moving some of your muscles, great, like it's going well.
weirdest thing about this whole process is like two things, because I had a thought. I'll start with that one.
Okay.
But the weirdest sensation, like there's been stuff that's hella painful and is weird, and I don't like, my ears are ringing right now, which means my skull is growing, which is like crazy to think about. But the weirdest sensation has been having to move entire muscle groups because like my structure, like the canvas grew and you have to move all of the parts to fit it. It's crazy. And it feels weird.
I know.
But second thing though is like, dude, I feel so differently about size than I used to, which I think is probably one of the most positive, like outside of like no longer, you know, being severely depressed and like having the self-loathing and suicidality and all of that. Like in terms of one of the biggest changes to my mentality about myself and the world, your genetics determine so much.
So like 95%.
Because it was not that easy for me to gain weight. Like, I wasn't one of those people where it was like super hard, but like it wasn't that easy for me to gain weight. I would eat a relatively this particular amount, and I would keep a relative like activity level.
Yeah.
And I was of a size range that was considered healthy. Right? Maybe overweight sometimes, but like before I was like really, really sick, healthy. Now, it does not matter. It doesn't matter how much I eat.
No, it doesn't matter what you eat.
It doesn't matter how much I eat. It doesn't matter what I eat or what I do to work out. I'm still trying to eat really healthy and like looking at macros and things like that in terms, and micronutrients, to be frank. Because,
we do well.
They're all really important in terms of like growth. But
we do well.
I'm a big man.
Yes.
Like, you don't look at me like I look fat. Like, that's just the truth. When you are compared to like American beauty standards, like I have a belly, I'm broad, I'm not chiseled in any way, and like I know that I have probably the lowest body fat percentage I've had
in your life,
in my healthy adult life.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I am not counting when I had an eating disorder and gave myself osteopenia at,
I mean, honestly,
at 18.
Like, even then, we know that like female-bodied people carry such a higher fat percentage, you know. But anyway,
but like it's just so interesting because like the way that it's affecting healthcare and everything else is just crazy. Because like
it is.
I'll have a normal conversation with somebody and be telling them about all this growth, and then I'll be telling them like my eating is restricted, but I've very obviously like my belly has gotten bigger, right, in the last few months, and they'll look at me and be like, "Really?" Like, oh my God, y'all.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I have scar tissue around like the top of my rib cage and it's restricting me. I'm really sorry that I did that.
But it's just really, I just like genetics are so much more. It's like 80 to 90% of what we look like, y'all. I mean, and I don't think we have any idea, right? Because we live in this one version of our body most of our lives that reacts a certain way until we get sick or like we age, and that's kind of the natural course. So people are like, oh, it's all about X, you know, it's all about discipline or calories in, calories out or whatever. And like, yeah, those things have a factor, just like, you know, carcinogens are a factor of things, right? But like, it is really so much about what your body map sets up for you in your life.
I know, and back to what you like originally said about this topic, like being here to witness most of this journey with you, I know has really helped me be a lot more self-accepting, but also, you know, I can't tell you that, like, I think you look great and you look healthy and stuff if I'm not gonna lie, you know?
I
Like,
appreciate that. I've got to adjust to that. Like, I think it's just, I don't feel bad, but I have a hard time feeling good, if that makes sense. Like, because, like, I've really narrowed, it almost feels like being on antidepressants. Like, I've really narrowed the way I can feel about myself, right? So, because I can't feel the super low lows.
You chopped the bottom off.
Yeah, I do not hate my body. Like, I don't think I will. But I also have a very hard time hearing positives still.
Well, and that's a muscle. Wow, so triggering. Sorry. That's a muscle you're...
No, not more muscles I have to grow.
Yeah, more muscles you have to grow.
No.
I mean, that's just a muscle, I think. But I know that this has really helped me to be a lot more, like, accepting of that stuff and of myself. And so, because, like, I'm getting older, right?
We do not, as a society, show grown men and women.
No.
We, like, hold up the traits of, honestly, like, children and, like, young adults.
18 to 24-year-olds.
That, like, they don't have the body hair. Their hormones haven't kicked in as, like, estrogen-dominant people to make them bigger. Like, I mean, that's what happens. That's part of the natural cycle of your life. Like, we don't hold up people who have had babies and go like, this is what a woman's body looks like, or this is what a person's body looks like who's been through this process. Like, it's really interesting having been with Z for so long. Like, I remember, sorry if this is embarrassing, I remember when Z got chest hair because we were together since we were 15. And so, like, I remember so many, like, stages, and so many stages of his body, which is why I think it's BS when people are like, she put on weight, we need a divorce. I'm like, y'all,
that's such BS.
Do you know how many versions of a person you have to love to be with them for any length of time?
Hey, guess what?
What?
Now he's seen you get chest hair. I got you. You didn't know it was coming. So
cute. I'm hairier than him, which is an insane statement. But
you did it.
Woo.
Yeah, there's like a little flag. I don't know what the...
It's a very sad, like, hairy chest
it's
flag.
Just a sad little, like, trans flag.
It's instead of like a little sad miniature violin. It's
I mean, there's only so much we can do.
Yeah, but it's just been a lot. So, like, I'm probably going to be talking about it a bit more because I know I kind of, like, we didn't talk about it as much for a little while because it had calmed down, and now it's just like sensorially I'm overwhelmed.
Well, and I think also, like, we had at that time we had other stuff that was like in the front of brain. I don't know.
It's also, I think, more prescient because, like, I'm trying to keep my attention more grounded.
Mm-hmm. And
right.
You have to be in your body to be grounded.
You have to be in your body to be grounded. Whoa. And so it's like, it's more like right there all the time. Because I can't just, like, stare off into the world because, like, I can't get on any sort of social media right now without getting just viscerally upset. Which I think, to me, tells me that I need to take a moment to protect my peace, which is important because I had a hard time letting go.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't respond correctly. What? You?
Rude.
Sorry, I didn't feel gay enough. I apologize.
Like Z earlier.
Oh my god, the sass master.
I love him so much. All right, so Last we left off.
Uh,
Do we have corrections?
yes, we have
Oh,
one.
that's right. We have.
Yes, last we left off, we will get back into us being in the Thane of Dendar the Night Serpent and finishing that up. We do have one correction, so we're gonna
I mean, we could probably just read that one instead of doing the segment.
Alright,
because it's only one small one.
Let me do it. Let me pull it up. But, yes. Welcome back to our newest segment, Corrections, where we correct anything that we, fucked up.
Or forgot.
Or forgot. That's right. Thank you, Mirth. I'm going to read this today because I feel like it.
You had to show up. You had to do the segment anyway.
I know. I needed it in my soul. But it's an impromptu segment. Because there was no transition, you see?
The music, that's what makes the difference. I see.
Yes, because it's like me walking on stage.
Got it.
All right. So, Bartis told us that Segalok, who is Rasnasi's champion...
Yeah, like the knight guy that was with him.
Yeah, that they murdered, is a Yonti pureblood. He's not a man. So, he doesn't have necromantic or heavy armor. It's his scales, which are as hard as steel.
Tell the audience how you responded to that. Because I was like, whoa.
Yeah, you were like, whoa, and I said, damn, what a daddy.
You dork.
It's me, I'm a dork. Well, that's all of our corrections for this week, so join us next week when we probably will have many more. And now, we'll get back in to the campaign.
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah, so we fought the Hydra and Rasnasi and in the chamber, and then we set off Symbol.
Oh my God.
Then we fought hella little groups of things, but also a lot of things were already dead. And we traveled through all of that, and then we went and found the blood chamber.
We did. We also encountered that scary bone guy.
Yes, we had lots of like little interesting fights.
Yeah.
I will say like
I meant the purple flame eye scary bone guy. We don't know his name yet.
Oh, he's not Bones.
Is he not? I thought he was made of bones.
No, he was the silhouette shadow of a man.
Oh, my bad.
But we found the pits that they had kept like prisoners in. One was still alive. We got him out, and then Timora and Zaid brought back a little boy, and one of the things we didn't talk about last time because I re-listened to the episode, we did not explain very well why we didn't revive other people.
Sure.
Because Mirth wanted to revive other people.
Yeah.
Very desperate to revive other people. They were in these cylindrical, smooth-sided pits that were full of liquid. And so many of them had drowned, and it was very difficult to get anybody out.
Yes, we had to work, like, River could barely run up the side of the pit, I think.
Yes. So we had a very hard time just getting the two people out that we got out.
Yeah.
Like, it took us a long time, and we almost couldn't get other people out. So, unfortunately, we were low on magic and had a very physically hard time getting people out of the pits, getting bodies out.
Yeah, I think if we had been, like, fresher on magic, we would have probably, like, but I think you only had your mansion slot left.
That was above level 3, yes.
Mm-hmm. And Zaid only has one of those a day. One of the, like...
And Zaid refused.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just wanted to clarify that because, like, Mirth definitely was like, why don't we use the resources we have? And both Kayleen and Zaid were like, no. We
Yeah.
don't know. Their argument was because there were also some people who we had encountered that were with groups that were very evil that were in these pits as well.
Yeah, so we didn't know, like, anything about most of these people. I think the only thing we really were able to, like, glean was that there was a Harper in there. Other than these two people that we saved.
But being a Harper doesn't necessarily mean you're good either.
Correct. We just know, like, some alliance that they're in.
Yes, so...
It was really hard.
It was a big argument.
Yes.
Kayleen and Mirth ended up going to a different part of the chamber to look at things.
Yeah, so we actually went back out and through the long hallway, and the chamber that you're talking about is, like, directly north of where we were with the people in the pit, but you have to, like, we had to go around to get back to it, essentially, because it was, like, up a level.
Yeah, it was like a room that Kayleen wanted to look in, because it had some sort of markings on the door and stuff.
Yeah, and so Bardis told me what was actually in the room.
Oh, I remember.
Well, you tell me what you remember, and then I'll tell you, like, the actual name of the thing.
So we've been encountering these, like, little portal things, like where you step in and you can go to a different part of the dungeon, throughout the dungeon. And in this room, from what I remember, and it's probably slightly askew, is that there was another one of those little things in there that looked really similar, but it was different. And this seemed to be like some sort of sacrificial room. Like there was like a whole bunch of like ritualistic stuff with blood on it and set up. And we had successfully used some of these like little portals from one end to the dungeon to the other. And so Kayleen wanted to step on this one and look in it. And we did.
Yeah, so this one had, like, blue stuff in it.
Yes, I remember it being blue, and the room was, like, really dark, and it had, like, that almost, like, blue TV screen glow
Yes.
in it.
And so you and Kayleen both touched it.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out this stuff is actually the distilled essence of Dendar the Night Serpent and darkness is what you touched.
Yeah.
Which is probably a bad thing to touch.
It was a bad thing to touch because,
yes.
Gosh, did Bardis tell you like how they described it?
No, if you remember.
So we were suddenly in the most complete and total darkness that we had ever experienced. Like our whole bodies were, not just like a part of us, right? Because we had just barely like touched it or whatever. And we could hear something crawling in the dark. Like something like not slithering, but like scooching along in the dark, like this enormous thing is what I remember. It was unknowably large. And it spoke to us with a voice that did things to our brains that was not good.
Uh-huh. And technically, you had to roll on the long-term madness table.
Yes.
Which is not a fun table to roll on.
Yep. What did I get? I forgot.
I wrote all of this down.
Because all I remember is just being... Because at first, Mirth was like, L? Hello? Because like it was like when he died.
Oh, shit.
So, which is and further triggering, right?
Yes.
Because when he died, he was floating in darkness, but it didn't feel evil. It wasn't an evil, scary darkness. It was just like this kind of like peaceful, like when you dive under the water kind of darkness. And then a giant dragon eye opened in front of him. Right? So he was like, what's going on? And then we heard that crawling in the darkness. Okay, yeah, continue.
It's terrifying. So the long-term madness table, madness is like a condition in D&D, but it's very complicated.
Yes.
So there's a short-term madness table, a long-term one, an indefinite one. There's like many tables. And you roll a D100, and it's not every 10 numbers is something different. There's different percentages for each thing that are not consistent. So you and Kayleen, thankfully, rolled some of the better ones, because some of them are like, you are unconscious.
Yes, I know.
And you also, like, I think the DM rolled, I'm not sure if y'all did, but for, you roll a D10 plus, or a D10 times 10 is how many hours it lasts. So Kayleen rolled and got for 50 hours. He had to do a repetitive motion.
And he was mixing. You remember?
Yes.
He was mixing constantly.
His alchemical stuff,
Yeah,
like
he was
between vials.
Miming mixing.
Yeah.
And then when he did have vials, he was mixing things too much. Yeah.
And then you rolled for 60 hours that you were attached to a lucky charm. It's like something that is nearby you that, like, if you don't stay by it within 30 feet, I think, you get disadvantage on, like, attack rolls and checks and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, do you remember what your charm was? Was it Zaid?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. That's what I thought it was. So you were, like, standing really close to Zaid.
Well, because technically, you can share space with a halfling.
Yeah. I'm very aware of this constraint.
But, like, we were talking about splitting up at some time later, and Mirth had, like, a whole panic attack about it. Was like, I can't leave.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I remember that. I was like, I want to go with Zayd. And they were like, why? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was really upsetting. So we were trying to figure out what happened to you, and I know River tried to use his stillness of mind charm on you, like through the earring that you made him, because he can share that monk trait, and it kind of calmed part of it. It doesn't fix it. It's not like a restoration, but he could feel this like horrible alien key like in your brain.
Yeah. He could feel it slithering and like crawling. And yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, this is not good.
This is some eldritch horror shit, y'all.
This is some bad shit. And
So I'm having a great day. Is what we're saying.
It was already a great day. And now it's even better. So I will say we like had that discussion of like, should we split up? What should we do? And then we all kind of decided to keep going together.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
It's gonna be okay, Mirth. So we'd already left back in the room with the T-Rex. We left the two survivors, which we'll talk about them when we get to the mansion, because I have info about them. We left them with Orvex and Dirax to hang out with them. And then we continued back to Rasnasi's room to look at like the treasure and stuff, essentially.
And figure out what we actually wanted to take.
Yeah, so I actually wrote down a lot of stuff about this.
Yeah, what I remember specifically is like there were these shields that Kayleen was obsessed with that were on the wall, and wanted to take them off. And we were like, these are one, heavy as hell, huge. How are we going to take these anywhere? That's what I remember about that room.
I do too. Like,
that's all Mirth remembers about that room, and because Mirth was just like,
we talked about it so long.
Well, and also like after everything that had happened, Mirth was just like,
no,
I just don't care.
So there was like several hundred platinum and gold, lots of art, the shields, and then like that stuff's all normal, right? So we found like a journal of his with his notes.
That was huge.
Yes. So I wrote down the stuff about this because I was a good note taker for like 30 minutes. So we found out a lot about him. So he was rotting to death. Because when we had seen him, it looked like he had like leprosy or something. And he didn't know why. And he was hella mad about it. I mean, understandably. But he had no idea
Chronic
why.
illness is like that, you know?
Oh my god. that got me. I mean, that's like the first step. You have to be angry, and then he just hadn't found that acceptance, and he's never going to have the chance. Well, he could come back from the dead, probably.
Well, now, technically, he's not rotting to death, so...
Yeah, he's just dead. All right, well, we helped him.
Problem solved. We cured him.
I bet he's actually probably pretty happy. So, he was focused, contrary to what Asar said to us, on the path to bring Dendar back, because Dendar was going to like help him destroy the world. That's what he wanted to do.
Good news.
So happy that we killed him. He was sending search parties to the Peaks of Flame to look. The Peaks of Flame is quite west of here. It's really close to Hrakamar. It's like closer over there.
Yeah.
It's like...
They're like volcanoes.
Yeah, it's like a volcano mountainy range. That's kind of near where we landed in Shilku Bay. And the search parties over there were looking for a mythical gate that was what was keeping Dendar locked away.
Blech.
I know. I forgot all of this. And he was promised help to unlock that gate from a Sararak, which I was like, what the fuck? And he was promised the help if he defended their tomb of annihilation. You know, the tomb. The one that
tomb.
The one that we're trying to get the cubes for. And we found out that it's close to here and is a tomb of the gods.
Yeah, so this is the first time in 4 years that we heard the title.
The Tomb of
This adventure path.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, like the Beast Lord's graves are in there, like Papa Zoddle's grave is in there, I think. I don't know. Bardis, correct me, I'm probably
That was
wrong.
another thing we've been scared of this whole time, is accidentally running across Papa Zoddle's grave.
Yes. And Rasnasi also had, I wrote this down, it confused me, but Bardis will correct me if it's wrong. It said that Rasnasi had no patrols working to locate the puzzle cubes.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I was like, I don't understand this note.
I think you misunderstand how checked out I was at this point.
That's okay. So if I misunderstood that...
No, I believe it because they're not trying to get in.
Yeah, I guess why would he need to unlock it?
Yeah, they're not trying to get in. They're the guards on the outside.
They're trying to defend it. Okay. And then we found out that the Tomb of Annihilation is at the northern end of Omu. And there's a big obelisk that marks the entrance to the tomb. Oh my god, so much stuff we found out in this journal.
But we're in the center of the town right now, or in the city.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of central east.
Correct.
Is where the palace was.
Yeah, central, slightly northeast.
This temple thing that we found is just out, like, underneath, beside the temple, or the throne and palace and stuff.
Under, beside?
Yeah, because, like, the way that I remember it is, like, we had gotten inside some of the outer gates, but we weren't inside the palace yet.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because we haven't explored that. Like, because while we were doing this, and when, we were discussing should we split up, all that, we were kind of going over, like, okay, we got River's family thing, we got some treasure from this room, we've searched this whole area, we've searched a lot of the city.
We were going back over our plan, because we still need the thing that the princess wants.
Yeah, her chalice.
Which we thought would be in the palace somewhere.
Yes, and we haven't gone in there yet. We still, like you said, don't know where Papa Zoddle's grave is.
Honestly, like, I feel like I was the one who was the most worried about that.
I mean...
I was the one that was like, what do we do? What do we do if we run across this? Like, is River in danger? Should we just destroy this amulet? Would that be helpful? Like, what do we do? And nobody else seemed to care. Everybody else is like, we'll figure it out. But Mirth is just like, that's all I really remember at this stage of the campaign was like Mirth going, but what about this and this and this and that? What about the hags? What about this? What about this?
What about Sun Lee? What about Artis?
What about like Artis Simber somewhere in here? We've seen evidence of that. What about like this really powerful like red mage? Like, what are we gonna do? We got our asses handed to us with this like this spell last time. It downed us. Like, what are we gonna do? And everybody was like, we'll figure it out.
Such an ADHD party, honestly. They're like, I can only focus on the problem that is directly in front of me.
As Mirth is just like, we're all gonna die. I can't. I have so many problems. Can we solve one of them? Like, I'm really good at balancing like a bunch of things up in the air, but can we just solve one problem, please?
It was like me this week being like, let's do this tax form, and then I'll be invincible. You know? Okay, so that happened. And then we traveled back to the top of the mine shaft. We decided to leave this area.
Yeah, we didn't want to stay down there.
Bad place.
I think like both Mirth and Kayleen were like, I don't want to be by this door.
No.
This essence or whatever.
And so we got all the way back up to the top of the mine shaft, and Mirth cast the mansion right inside of the top of it.
Yeah, we were still like down the ramp. Like it was like one of the, what are those called? Landings.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had kind of like turned and they didn't go like straight down.
Yeah, so, because that was like your last big spell.
I didn't want it to be up in the mist, like with like obvious.
Yeah, you didn't want it to be outside. We wanted to like stay away. But we also
didn't want to be in the temple, so we were like on one of the landings.
Yeah, but it was like pretty close to the top. Like you can exit and then walk a little bit and you'd be outside.
Yep.
Back in the like palace grounds kind of area. So we get in there and lots of things happen in the mansion this eventide. So the first thing I'll say is we find out who these two people are that we've revived one of them and then saved the other and brought them with us. So
the kid was a sweetheart.
Yes, he was. So the kid's name is Tavo. He's a little boy from Cholt. He's from Port Nyanzaru, and he was traveling with a merchant caravan to Fort Balarian. And so he was like a porter who carried stuff. And he was with the caravan that we found the remains of in the jungle when River first joined the party, because they were attacked by all the ghouls with Raznasi's mark. And River has their journal.
Yes.
Like the Tabaxi merchant journal that he found from that party. So I remember thinking that was super cool.
Yeah.
So like those ghouls like attacked and like took this little boy and maybe some of the other people and brought them here.
But the little boy was the only one that looked like them, essentially.
Yeah. And then the man is a Cholton like tribal leader, and his name is Kanush Natombe. And he was also like really sweet and very thankful. He really enjoyed the food.
He was very excited about it. He was like, where's this from? I remember him asking questions. He was like, where's this from? What is this?
Yeah, he was like so happy for this like cultural exchange, honestly. Was very cute. He was so happy.
But he seems like he's somebody who's very important.
Yes. And he was like, I know we talked about it over like a long time, but he was like, I just want to go home. If you need me to like take this boy, I can. Like, he's welcome to stay with us.
Yeah, and I think that's the plan.
Yeah.
Right, because we were like, you can definitely take shelter here and like get strong, eat some food.
Yeah, like stay with us as long as you want to.
But like it's risky being with us, but it should be safe in this place, right?
Yeah, and we were like, do you need us to like take you somewhere? And he was like, no, like I know how to get home. I just was like attacked and like brought here and couldn't do anything about it. But he's like, I know how to get home. Like I can track my way home.
Yeah, so the plan is for him to recover as much as he wants, and then to leave with the little boy, so that the little boy's somewhere safe.
Yeah, and I know that like River spoke to both of them in Chulton. I think they both spoke some like mostly common too. But I know that I remember talking to both of them a lot. I remember Kanoosh talking to all of us.
Yes.
And
Tavo does not speak common, I don't think.
I think you're correct about that. Like, mostly River tried to play with him in the snow and teach him to make snowcats.
Yes.
I think. But he was mostly interested in following Zayd around because he, like, follows Timora. So
Yeah, so I think it's going to be hard to get Tavo to leave with the other guy, but Merce, like, there's enough risk to people here. We don't need to be risking more children.
Yeah. And I think Zayd was like, I don't remember him being particularly interested in hanging out with the child.
He was nice enough to him.
Yeah,
but
he wasn't mean or anything.
No.
He would never do that. He would never just, like, be outright mean to a child.
No. But, like, he didn't take an interest in the kid like River and Mirth did.
No. Like, I remember us playing with him.
And, I mean, Adon was very sweet to him, too.
Yeah, and I think we eventually got him to, like, hang out with Saren a little bit, Adon's child.
Yeah.
So they were, like, doing okay. And there are a few, like, really big segments that happen in this mansion stay. So we'll start with, like, a smaller thing. So I know that River and Kayleen had a conversation that I really remember because River tried to teach Kayleen to meditate.
Yep.
Because he was so...
Oh, it's that night. Okay.
Yeah, because he was so messed up over the madness table. And just like you. But, because we meditate later. River and Mirth do.
Yep.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a big evening for River. River does a lot of stuff with everybody.
Yeah. So River and Kayleen tried to meditate, and I remember, like, this is just, for me as a player, this was a nice memory, because I had, at the time, my favorite therapist I've ever had in my life, and I kind of led him through, like, an internal family systems, like, exercise, and was helping Kayleen, like, visualize, like, inside of him being like a house, and all of his babies had like different rooms and different stuff, and it was just really sweet. And Kayleen offered to teach River some things about like what?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, about like externalizing his key, because he was trying to figure that out.
I think y'all did this when we were putting Kiddo to bed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so like I didn't get to enjoy it in game.
Yeah, I remember that he was like, imagine that there's like inside of you, you're in there and there's a house. And I know you've got a lot of these, like, all of your babies are inside of your head. So maybe, like, can we give each of them a room so that you can, like, have some time? And he, like,
that's really interesting.
It was really cool. And I remember Kayleen, like, really trying and getting really distracted, but really liking it. And then offering to be
remember,
like,
he's still mixing.
Yeah. So he's, like, trying to help him do, like, a mental meditation while his body is, like, mixing these things.
And poor Mirth, Zayd would not put up with him being close, because Mirth was like, can I sleep in your trailer? And he was like, no.
So I don't remember this. Did anybody, like, give either of you, like, a greater restoration? Like, Alara or anything like that?
It wasn't a problem, like, the next time we played. So
I remember that,
too. I think so. But, like, I know that, like, for the first part of the evening, Mirth just was I remember sitting in the courtyard and just, like, watching Zayd, like, the whole night, because, like, it felt like paranoia. It was very odd.
Yeah. But I think Alara, I know, has greater restoration.
I feel like we were healed, because I don't remember it being a problem later.
Yeah, I know that Alara and at some point Kayleen has access to that as well as an artificer. It's like an
Yeah,
infusion or
it's
something.
something that happens at a later level, I think.
Later than we are now?
I think so.
We're
It's like a really like it's a penultimate ability, I think.
Okay. Because, like, Havoc doesn't have it, right?
No.
Okay, I'm just trying to track artificer stuff.
Havoc doesn't care about healing people.
Except for me.
Yes.
So, you ready to talk about the thing?
About the mirth-shaped hole?
No, I wasn't going to get to that one yet. Do you want to do that? No, we have to do the other one first. When Mirth talks to Tazium. We have to do it first because it happens first. I'm so sorry.
Okay, let's do it.
I have notes.
Okay, yeah, let's go over the notes and I will fill in how I felt.
That sounds great.
That sounds like a better way to do it because this is, again, Mirth's a very unreliable narrator in terms of what is actually said versus what he feels is said.
And
so
the way that I take notes, at least for this campaign, is like, this is a fact I'm taking a note on.
Yes.
So let me read you the facts that we have, or the facts that I observed, and then you can tell me
So
how
remember, we have the
Mirth
liminal
felt.
space. So
Yes, Prizzy.
After what happened, oh God, I can't even visit on Mirth's state of mind right now. But like the thing that he feels he can do something about is ask about this memory with what happened with Symbol and the other ability, the 9th level spell that he cast.
Yeah.
So he calls Tazium to the liminal space to talk.
Yeah, and Tazium answers. So they're in there talking. And you told Tazium what happened. And what he said was that he found Mirth because, like, there was some magical problem happening. Mm-hmm. And Mirth could absorb magic, is what he, like, found out. He tried to distance Mirth from their past as much as possible. Obviously did not tell him about this.
Yes.
I had a note that in the conversation, Tazium tried to, like, deceive you about something, like make a deception check, and you caught it.
Yeah, so let's start at the beginning.
Okay, we'll get to the same point.
So they get in there, and Mirth is like, he had two main things. He was saying, I don't understand what's happening to me. I don't understand why I can do these things and why I know them. But I do know that something is connected to a memory I have of being little, and it has something to do with you. And so his two main questions are, what was that thing that hurt us and hurt all those people in the dungeon? Mm-hmm. And what's wrong with me? Essentially is like, why can I do all of this? And on basically everything, Tazium was talking around it.
Yeah, just skirting the issue.
Yes, so he was telling him half-truths. So he started with, what I remember is him starting with telling the story of like, well, when I found you, this is this and this is that, right? And kind of like talking around this question of what was going on in that room, right? And so he started talking about what Mirth could do. And this is, understand, the first time Mirth has been told anything other than they just wanted to take him in and take care of him and have him be a part of the family. So he's being told essentially what Mirth remembers, what I remember. He's a harper, like Tazium's a harper. And Tazium was sent on an assignment because there were dangerous magical things happening in Waterdeep. And he found out that the source of it was Mirth. Mirth was absorbing magic and doing harm, essentially. And he was told to eliminate the problem. Mm-hmm. So he was supposed to kill Mirth. But for some reason, it just stopped. Like, they took him in and tried to distance him from Waterdeep in hopes that that would cause the problem to go away, and the ability just stopped.
Yeah. And I know he finally told you, like, he doesn't know why you're this way, and said that he would try and get some answers about it. But
Yes.
I'm like...
He said he would try to get some answers about it. And so Mirth is devastated by this, obviously, because he's like, you didn't even fucking want me. I was just a problem then. Like, did you even want me to stay this whole time, or are you just making sure I wasn't going to be a problem?
Mm-hmm.
And Mirth kind of got into, well, what was going on? Like, what was happening in this memory? And this is when Mirth caught, because he's already on alert now. He's like, who is this man that I thought of as my dad? Like, who is this man? Has anything he's ever told me been true? So he's on alert now, and Tazium tries to lie about, in this like sidestep way, about not knowing what was going on in the memory.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been any number of things, blah, 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 blah. And Mirth just looked at him. Apparently, like, this really affected Bartis. Do you remember this? Mirth just looked at him and was like, why do you always lie to me? Why can't you just tell me the truth?
It hurts.
Why do you always lie?
And then he, like, finally told you what it was, I think, right?
This one, he told me a version of it.
Yeah. So he said, like, what, you were in, like, a library or somewhere with, like, books, like his study.
Mm-hmm.
And there was, like, a book he was looking at that you were supposed to be paying attention to your own stuff, right?
Yes. Because Tazium has his own problems.
Mm-hmm.
And so Tazium has a problem that he was trying to understand, and he had gotten some information on it. And unfortunately, it carried the essence of his problem, which I don't know if he told us in this conversation what it is.
I'll tell you what he told us. So he said, like, he didn't know why you would have access to this entity's magic. He knows that you saw the page that had, like, the essence of it on there. He said, don't make any agreements while he tries to figure out what's going on. And then he told us his name. He said, like, he knows that the author is, like, a holdover from his youthful mistakes.
Yes.
And that's pretty much,
give me.
Yeah, that's all he said.
So this is the author. For those of you on TikTok, there is a creator who, like, actually makes the author stuff.
Yeah, Bartis sent me a bunch of those because he was like, remember these? And I was like, yes.
Yep.
They're great. It's the Eldritch author, I think.
So the Eldritch author is old.
Very old.
Yeah, so we can just fill in some of it. Like, Mirth doesn't know this yet, but Tazium does. Sorry, that was a really mean blank stare that I just gave.
It was. I was like, what did I do?
Tazium knows. But the author essentially writes universes and is trying to write universes faster than there's this destroyer that's his opposite.
And he's Tazium's warlock patron, right?
So Tazium's not just a bard.
He's a bardlock.
Yep.
It's horrible.
But, like, I wonder if Bartis remembers, like, specifically what Mirth said. But, like, we had a long conversation, I think, during our interview with Bartis, where Bartis was like, that was, like, one of the first times where I was like, wow, it really affected Tazium.
I remember that conversation.
Tazium was like, why do I keep lying? He was like, why do you keep lying to me? Like, what purpose? Like, because I remember Mirth just being like, what purpose does this serve to lie to me at this point? I'm in it. Why did you even send me out if you were just going to keep lying to me about everything that's happening? It's happening to me. I'm the one dealing with it, and you are misinforming me and risking my life over and over again.
Your actions have consequences.
And so this is the moment that for me was like the ultimate low for Mirth and was like a huge turning point, because this finding out that he was a problem to be solved when he was little means he doesn't understand anything about his past. Tazium wouldn't tell him. And he doesn't trust anybody in the carnival anymore. Mm-hmm. He doesn't really trust anybody in his group, because Kayleen like was somebody he trusted and thought was like smarter than him, and they just went through this thing with this madness, and like he just has nobody. And so this is the first time Mirth was like, I know who Core is. Maybe Core can answer my questions.
And we're about to find out something else about Core.
Yes, I know.
So you like left the liminal space, and I think River approached Mirth, because Mirth was like really fucked up.
Mirth wasn't going to talk to anybody. Absolutely not.
And River could tell that that something was wrong. And so he was like, what's going on? Are you okay? You know, and
I'm fine.
Yeah, and then finally he got you to say that you were upset, and that Tazium hasn't told you and didn't tell you anything about your past, and that you just didn't want to hurt people with your magic.
Yep.
And or like whatever magic you have.
Oh, because like imagine being told that your whole existence that you remember started only because you were so dangerous. One of the most like good secret societies out there wanted you to just be destroyed. Like that's Mirth adores the Harpers. Mirth like thinks what Tazium thinks. He was a superhero. Tazium was a superhero to him.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good guy, right? And he's being told that like it was Tazium's mission. Anyway,
it's so sad. I can't.
God, y'all, I didn't make this character to be sad. I just want you to know, like, he's supposed to be a happy guy with like some self-esteem issues. That was it.
And here we are.
Here we are.
So, I think River was like, "Hey, I understand that you're super upset. Like, do you want to try meditating and seeing if we can like feel a little bit more centered? Maybe we can work on your memories if you want." Like, yep. So the first thing that happened during this meditation is something that like happened with River. So like they were just meditating first, and River tried to
work on the key stuff like Kayleen had talked about.
Yes, so he tried to externalize a visualization of our boat that we had traveled on. And so Mirth felt a wave of warmth and light that like washed over him and then like left behind like the warmth of a campfire. Mm-hmm. And River like externalized a little bit essentially, but he felt like he was on the boat mast inside of his core, but he could also see his core like farther away.
Yep. And
because we were in Mirth's caravan, but then it just felt like we weren't there anymore and we were floating on this boat inside of his core. And
like we used to, like when Mirth would stand up there and balance.
Like why you made River's caravan how it is, too. Yes. And River is aware that Mirth is there in his core, too. And was like very hyper aware of where he was and of any movements he was making.
But it didn't look like Mirth. It looked like a Mirth-shaped hole. Is what which became because remember this was like earlier in my like knowledge of my own transition, and so it became a joke for me in real life that there was like a mirth shaped hole in me, inside of me.
It was great. It was a great joke.
It was very funny.
Super helpful, honestly. And so he was able to do that, and that was like a cool discovery for him to think about. And through that, like we came out of that kind of, and Mirth remembered something about Core.
Yes,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So after, like, here we are in the memory where the Rakshasa woman, who is not Mirth's mom, caught Mirth and Core.
Yep.
She took them back to Mirth's mom, and then Mirth didn't see Core again after that, is what he remembered.
Yeah, so he thought adult Mirth thought Core was dead.
Mm-hmm.
And was wondering like how he like this adult that looked like Core was coming to look for him, essentially.
So he remembered that a few weeks later he was in his hideout and heard some pebbles hitting his window.
Mm-hmm.
And Core was outside, floating, and he dimension doored inside.
Yep.
And said, I don't have a lot of time. I had to tell you, give you this before he knows I'm gone. I'll find you.
Yep.
And he moved into the border ethereal and disappeared.
And what he did was he gave me a hug.
He did?
He gave me a hug, but he did something to me.
Yeah, we don't know what it is.
Yes,
like,
but I felt some sort of magic or something happen.
Did he, like, give you... What did you absorb from him? Do you have a theory? I don't have a theory. I just learned about this.
So my theory is I did not absorb magic before that moment. Because I would have drawn attention to our little operation.
That's true.
And I wasn't too much older than this when Tazian found me.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Do you think he, like, made it so you could absorb? Like,
I think he was, like, my theory is that in his child mind, he was giving me magic. Like we had always pretended that we had. And what he actually allowed me to do was absorb other people's magic or other items' magic. That's my theory that I have not shared with anybody, so brand new for everybody.
This is tea. This is hot.
Mirth doesn't have a theory. Mirth has no theory other than, is Core the only person that I can actually trust in my life?
Yeah.
And to be honest, if this was like an anime about Mirth, he would have already reached out to him.
Yeah.
But it's not. There's a lot of us playing this game. And it would really derail what we're doing. So he hasn't done that yet.
Yep. And I know that when this happened, because River can, like, feel Mirth's presence really acutely, he felt like a really weird tingle go down Mirth's spine, like when he remembered this.
Yep. It was very similar to the feeling that Mirth got when Core hugged him.
I haven't thought about this in a long time.
Oh, I think about it every day.
I know you do. So River's little experiment in externalization took his 7 remaining key points that he had, because, you know, he can take a short rest and restore all of his ki. So
Yep.
he did that earlier. And that was, like, the last thing I had about the mansion that night. I know there's other stuff that happened. It was, like, a lot of RP we did.
Yeah, I know that... Okay, so this is like... It's really interesting that the last thing you had, because Kayleen came to talk to Mirth after the conversation that you had, and then after River had talked to him.
Oh my god.
And
Tell
this
me.
is when we got the first encouragement from him. I can't believe you don't have this written
I think, like, this was the last page in my journal. I probably just ran out of room. Honestly.
Yeah, this is so.
Oh my God.
When I say that this night changed everything for like the rest of the game that we played. Kayleen came and talked to Mirth, and Mirth, I think, told him some. He told him like some of what Tazium said about like the author, and a little bit about how he used to be able to absorb magic. And Kayleen thought it was a revelation that made sense, because he was talking about music and how Mirth resonated with everything, and that's why it was so easy. He was like, that makes everything make sense. And Kayleen was like, I would embrace this. And Mirth has no anchor. And so he was like, okay, sure. And they kind of practiced resonating a little bit. And Mirth could feel it. He does have control over it. He doesn't have to do it accidentally. And that was the first inkling he was getting of that being a possibility, and boy howdy does it change everything.
I mean, I'm happy that at least like he has this notion that he can control it, because I think if he hadn't discovered that,
but he can't. Girl, what happens next?
Don't tell them.
He just opened himself up to resonating and stopped trying to block it all the time, which has some major consequences.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's probably a good place to leave off, eh?
Well, yes, but I wanted to leave with one more thing. So, the next morning we wake up and we're going to leave and go out. And, continue with our laundry list of to-dos.
Because we wanted to go into the palace and try to find the chalice.
Yeah, that was going to be our next thing. So when we decide to leave the mansion in the morning, we open the door, and instead of seeing the mine shaft outside, all we see is mist.
Mist and a field. We're not where we were.
And that's where we're going to end this episode.
So we'll be back with our outro and our question for the week. But first,
a word from our characters. Love the show? Of course you do. Want to learn more? I mean, who wouldn't? Well, you've come to the right bard. This is Mercutia's Market with your host, me, Mercutia Claudius Titania Banquo Ulysses Falstaff, and yes, I did make the name myself. If you have questions for your wonderful hosts, or me, or anyone else you've heard on the podcast, but mostly me, email us at queerdicerolls, that's ROLES, at Obroris, that's OBRORIS, archives.com. If you wish, you can send these poor, tired queers the funds for their iced oat lattes through our Ko-fi Queer Dice Rolls. Be sure to follow us on all your favorite platforms. If you'd like to peruse these or any other links, check out our link tree. This week, we want to thank Tazium for being such a hot mess. You're gorgeous, and we love you. That's all for now, but I'll be back next week. Ta-ta! You've been listening to Queer Dice Rolls with Flynt and Lena.
Have you ever had an unexpected turning point in a game that changed everything?
Don't forget to send us a message on Instagram or Buzzsprout. We'd love to hear from you.
The two of us will be back next week with the continuing tale of the Dragon Stunners.
But until then, take this inspiration die, just in case!
Bye, y'all.